starts now.
We begin tonight with new information after officers say a man briefly held two people hostage at knifepoint today before an officer shot and killed the suspect. Thanks for joining us. I'm Craig Day.
And I'm Lori Fulbright. Family members tell us that 36-year-old Derek Collins had been fighting a drug addiction since his early 20s. And today they say he became extremely agitated and threatened to kill himself, even started cutting himself with a knife. News on 6's Grant Stevens is live tonight with more. Grant?
Lori, Craig, Derek Collins' father tells us that's when Collins' mother pulled over to this quick trip near 31st and Sheridan. She got out of the car and called police, but things quickly escalated out of control.
Derek Collins' father says Collins became upset when the methadone clinic he'd been going to for years was closed. He says Collins was threatening to take his own life. Police say Collins went inside the store with a knife and confronted an employee, then came outside and grabbed Jeremy Holbrook, who was walking by with a bike.
He was coming at me with a knife and police lit him up. I fell to the ground. I didn't know what was going on, if they were shooting at me for something or what, you know. And I guess he tried to get up again and come after me, and they kept on shooting him.
Police say it's not how they want any situation with a mentally ill person to end, but they must protect the lives of innocent bystanders.
Someone who's going through some type of, mental anguish, who is suicidal, came out here, and when he turned and decided to make that into a hostage situation where someone else's life was in danger, we had to step forward and take action. And unfortunately, the suspect died as a result of that.
Collins' father even believes Collins might have used police to end his life in a suicide by cop. He says he and his wife tried for years to get Collins help, but says Collins resisted. He doesn't want people to see his son as bad, but as someone who had the disease of addiction. Holbrook was still processing what happened, but says he's glad police acted quickly before anyone else was hurt.
I still don't even know how to feel about it. Like it's all doesn't even seem real right now.
As with all police shootings, there will be a criminal investigation into this, and the DAs will decide whether or not to file charges. But there will also be an internal investigation to determine whether or not TPD followed all of their own policies and procedures. And finally, one last thing to bring to your attention, COPES. That's a mental health crisis agency that works closely with TPD. They have a hotline in case of crises like these. That number is 918-744-4800. Live in Tulsa, Grant Stevens, Oklahoma's own News on 6.